Beautiful aquascapes can come from any budget, or so I thought. After all, how much difference can a few extra bucks really make? I was wrong. Completely wrong. But here's the real question. Are these upgrades truly worth it? Or am I just dazzled by shiny new toys? Come and join me, and let's find out together. This tank isn't just about beauty. Its mission is simple: to be a crystal clear stage for showcasing aquatic life, perfect for photographing and filming nano fish, shrimp, and more. And to pull it off, I decided it was time to take a step up with some premium equipment. Let's start with the UNS 20C. Now, I've heard people talk about low iron glass before, but honestly, I was skeptical. Looking at it now, I could not have been more wrong. The clarity is stunning. The Chihiros B20 light was next. This is where things got interesting. I'm finally entering the modern age with app-controlled lighting. Though this entry-level model only adjusts intensity, it's already a major step into the future for me. Now for the stars of our show. 6 tissue cultures of Helanthium Tenellum Broad Leaf from Aquatic Farmer. Despite spending a few extra days in transit, Boost Plant's shipping setup proved its worth. The heater and insulation kept the plants alive and healthy on their long journey across the country. Tissue culture plants can be hit or miss, but these were perfect. Vibrant color, strong structure, and completely free of algae or pests. Exactly what you hope for when unboxing plants. 6 pots might seem like a lot for this size tank, but I'm aiming for instant impact here. Could you get away with less? Absolutely, especially if you're patient enough to wait for it to fill in naturally. But today we're going for immediate gratification. I'd like to do a quick test fit to make sure everything will work for me. My measurements were done hastily, and I wasn't sure exactly how high the light would sit off the top of the tank, so I'm hoping we don't run into any issues here. Perfect. Nice and level. Now let's see if the light is going to work in this space. Just barely made the cut. I can already tell I'm gonna love having this in my office. Now, time to get to work on transforming this empty cube into a photo studio. One lesson learned from my experiment video: no rinsing needed for this stratum. Watching the aqua soil cascade into the tank was mesmerizing, like watching marbles race down a track in perfect harmony. I wasn't 100% sure if I wanted any sloping of the soil, since I was planning to use it for a backdrop primarily, but I figured having a slight grade could only serve to help as long as I didn't go overboard. Now it was time to begin preparing and planting the broadleaf chainsword. I retrieved a cup of water to rinse the gel media from the plant roots and began separating them. After years of fighting with sand and gravel, planting in aqua soil feels like pure magic. And the soil balls hold the roots perfectly. I might have gone a bit overboard with plant quantity. Sure, it might be overkill for this size tank, but a dense, immediate carpet is worth the extra effort and cost. I originally considered a dry start, but with this many plants, we would be nearing a completed carpet on day 1, so I skipped it. Meet Zoe and Goose, my self-appointed quality control team. Goose, in particular, had some creative ideas about plant placement. At one point, he hopped right into the tank and bolted off with a bunch of plants while my back was turned. Unfortunately, I wasn't recording, but I managed to salvage the damage and added extra aqua soil to secure the roots he left exposed. By this stage, I was thrilled with how everything was shaping up. The plant density looked fantastic, and I'd finally fulfilled a dream I've had for over a decade, using actual aqua soil in a planted tank. It was worth the wait, and my new videography setup was nearly complete. I did make a few adjustments to stabilize anything that seemed wobbly, packing in small handfuls of soil here and there. I know this probably disrupts the slope, and if you're a perfectionist, feel free to let me know in the comments how you handle loose plants before flooding. With everything in place, it was finally time to move the tank to its permanent spot. I used the same technique here that I did in my last video, where I tested whether or not you needed to rinse stratum to prevent clouding. I placed a plastic lid on the soil to prevent agitation, and my goal was to keep the water flowing squarely onto it. It's a much better idea to get something heavy enough to sit flat on the bottom, or shaped properly to attach to the tank somehow, so that you don't have to maintain your perfect aim onto the disc. But I did enjoy the minigame I created of trying to balance the output of water without knocking the plastic top off its balance. I'm stoked with how this turned out, but it's still missing something. A background. In my typical style, I forgot to plan ahead with a background, so I used some white poster board cut to size the old-fashioned way. I much prefer black backgrounds so far, but might try out some lighter colored, high-quality backgrounds for this tank. Either way, this white poster board is only temporary. My first dive into premium aquascaping equipment has been eye-opening. Now I see why these brands are so highly regarded. Sometimes the simplest concepts, a single species carpet and crystal clear glass, can truly feel extraordinary. Thank you so much for watching, and have a wonderful rest of your day.